Hey everybody, this is Chris Gromek with Marijuanomics, and it is December 28th, and this is the very first episode of the Late Night Weed Show. Thanks for being here. It's been a hell of a year. Happy holidays, and I hope you had a great Christmas and are about to have some fun for New Year's. And I hope that 2016 hasn't been too devastating for you. I know losing Princess Leia for me was probably the low point. But that being said, I'd like to start all this off with just a heartfelt thank you to all our followers who've just been so incredibly engaged and helpful to us and to each other, and especially the folks on Twitter. You guys are amazing. It's wild to watch this community just sort of organically sprout up. It's really damn motivating. We only actually started publishing and kind of putting ourselves out there back in like March or April of this year. And we just we didn't really have like a plan. There wasn't like a business plan or anything like that. We just wanted to kind of highlight the economic case for cannabis, and basically and put ourselves out there to be sort of loud advocates for the industry and for legalization and all that good stuff. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's really it's followers that end up doing most of the work. Because I mean, we can put ourselves out there as a brand, but it's really like it's the stories of like the patients and the folks that have their lives affected by cannabis that really I think get real change done. So again, thank you, and we hope you stick around, and we hope you stick around for the Late Night Weed Show. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So what is the Late Night Weed Show? This is what you can expect. It's basically going to be some news, interviews, reviews, event coverage, all of the, basically anything weed related, we will cover it, and hopefully it'll be fun. That being said, it's not going to be every day. I think there's probably too much weed media out there as it is. I keep waiting for like a 24-hour weed news network to pop up. But we'll at least be here a couple evenings a week, depending on the volume of news that's actually out there. But if it's weed related, we'll talk about it, and it will be at night that it'll be published, mostly because I have kids and they're around during the day, and that's very tough to record any sort of interview or podcast while they're running around. And if you're a business and you're interested in a sponsorship, do shoot me an email. I'd love to help you advertise, as long as your product or service is actually worth advertising. You can just shoot me an email at right there, info@marijuanomics.com. And typically I get back to emails within 24 hours or so. Sometimes it takes 48 hours. Sorry. So that being said, we do have a couple pieces of new business that I would like to showcase. Let's see here. Where is it at? There we go. So first of all, go check out this article. This is Winter Tokes for Winter Folks, for one of our new writers, and it's fantastic. It's basically just some strain reviews that will keep you warm for the holidays. And then I want to draw your attention to our garden and cultivation store. If you go to marijuanomics.com, go to shop, and this is first drop down, cultivation store right there. We've built out a large curated list of cultivation products that you can use. This is largely aimed at like small scale home grows. Some of the stuff you can use on just bigger stuff, but obviously the ladybug you can deploy anywhere. But this is largely aimed at like small scale growers, first time cultivators, that kind of thing. And I've personally used most of these products, and I can personally vouch for them. I can go down in my garage right now and bring them up. And that's why they're on this list, is because I know they work, and I know they're great, and I know that you'll have a good time with them, and they will lead you to success. So go check that out. All the orders go through Amazon. It's just an Amazon affiliate store. I make like a couple bucks if you order something there, and that way I don't have to ship anything. You know it's coming from Amazon, so it's trustworthy, and everyone's happy. In addition, if you check out the merchandise store, it's the second drop down there. We've built out a bunch of localized merchandise, really cool designs for different places throughout the U.S. and actually some international stuff as well. You can see we've got Oregon, California, Nevada, Colorado, Florida, Washington, even Boston, Maine, some of the new places that legalized. We wanted to build out like super cool designs for like, local cannabis rep, rather than kind of like the gross designs that are out there, like with like the dripping weed leaves and all. It's just like we wanted it to be something that you could wear around around town without it being super conspicuous that you're wearing some weed merch. But additionally, that's all through Cafe Press. So if you order through there, you can apply those designs to different things like clocks or wall art or pillows or blankets or whatever. I think there's some glasses and stuff like that too, and it looks really good. So go check that out. And again, it's fairly affordable, and we only make a couple bucks off it. It's really just we built those out for you guys because we think it's great to be able to celebrate like cannabis culture in a kind of like a tasteful way. So check those out and let us know if you like it. Tweet us, Instagram us, all that stuff. And definitely join us on Facebook. We have had a hell of a time growing our Facebook following. Because we can't get any ads approved for whatever reason. Facebook's just not a big fan of weed still, but one day maybe. So let's see. All that being said, let's get on to a couple pieces of news. My God, this one just kills me. So this is basically today. The state of Nevada discovered that it had accidentally leaked. Basically, everyone who's ever registered for medical marijuana in the state of Nevada has had their personal information just exposed to the internet at large for about they're thinking probably like 16 years or so, because they legalized medical back in, was it 2000? I think it says here in the article. They legalized back in 2000, right there. It was a limited list then, but obviously that list has grown substantially. So it's something like 11,000 folks in Nevada. Basically everything from their full name, their height, their race, eye color, weight, their driver's license number, here's their home address, all that stuff, just totally available because they didn't secure wherever they were hosting it on their site. So that's madness. And yeah, if you're a criminal, that's exactly what you want, because medical marijuana patients aren't legally allowed to have guns anymore because that's a whole. I could rant about that for like a whole fucking episode, and I'm sure we will. So yeah, Nevada, get your shit together. If you're a Nevada resident or a Nevada medical marijuana patient, write your congressman. Let them know that you're not super pumped about this, because the only way these things change are when enough people are loud about it. So be loud, don't be shy about it, especially in this new political environment. So that being said, the next piece of news, this one's from Marijuana Industry News, MJ News. Great writing staff, by the way. I'm not just saying that because I'm biased and I used to work with them, but Caroline Cahill's their managing editor over there, and their articles are actually are worth reading. So basically, the governor of Maine said, "Yeah, we got a recreational program now. We should just get rid of our medical program as well," which is willfully ignorant at this point in the discourse. There's some very obvious reasons that you should have medical marijuana programs alongside your recreational marijuana programs, not the least of which is that access and affordability to medical marijuana patients should, in theory, at least, be at a greater level than for recreational folks, and you can set different tax rates for those for medical marijuana patients, and just a whole host of reasons. But what strikes me is that the timing of this is just bonkers, because in this new political environment, we don't nobody knows if the Trump administration is actually going to allow recreational cannabis to continue. He said explicitly he's not super into that. But so right now, let's say if you're Governor LePage and you get what you want, then you lose your medical program, and let's say the Trump administration comes along and says, we're not going to do recreational weed anymore, we're going to start enforcing that. Then you lose your recreational program, and now you have no program. So if you live in Maine, I highly encourage you to let Governor LePage know what you think about that. And if you don't live in Maine, let him know anyway. It's the magic of the internet and social media. So yeah, and if you live in a state where they start talking about this type of thing because you have a recreational program now, California, don't let them hijack that, because there's reasons for it. It's important, and if people stop caring about medical marijuana patients, then a lot of the reasons for legalizing weed start to kind of become less palatable to some folks. So that being said, those are the two big stories of the day that I wanted to talk about. Oh gosh, there's one more. I don't even want to bring up the picture. It's too sad. Jack Split out of Colorado, actually. You can find the story on the Cannabist, I think. He passed away. He was a teenager that was fairly instrumental in getting Jack's Law passed in Colorado in 2015. And yeah, just super sad. And our condolences to his family. There's all these patients, and you see these YouTube videos of folks with epilepsy or cerebral palsy or Parkinson's getting treated with cannabis oil. You can see it immediately alleviate their symptoms, and those are the videos, and that's the kind of advocacy that's changed so many hearts and minds over the last several years. And so it can be easy in this sort of like gold rush that we're in right now, for entrepreneurs to kind of forget about the patients that have been so instrumental in getting us to where we are right now. So thank you to Jack Split. You're a damn American hero as far as I'm concerned. And thank you to all the patients out there who continue to advocate on behalf of marijuana when it's not necessarily a politically, a friendly political climate to do so. So that is basically that. And I wanted to close with a brief little advertisement for the Imperius Expo. They're going to be running in April. Let me pull up the date here. April 12th through the 13th in Phoenix, Arizona. I will be there. I'll be speaking on some marketing stuff. If you want to come, and I'll tell you all my marketing secrets. And they have a lot of other kind of top flight speakers, and it's going to be great. Additionally, there's a million cannabis events going on this year. Just in January, I know there's a few up in Washington here. The Washington Cannabis Summit is happening January 6th. The Washington Cannabis Alliance is meeting up January 12th. I think the California Growers Association has some stuff later in the month, and I'm sure I'm forgetting about a dozen, because at this point the industry is so big that it's hard to keep track of it all. That being said, make it to some of these. There's definitely going to be more events than you can make it to, but support these events because they're fairly integral in building the kind of the community and the industry. So that's basically it for me for the night. I appreciate you guys joining us for this first late night weed show. And if you would like to be interviewed, or if you want to sponsor, or if you just want to call in and chat about weed, feel free to shoot me an email, info@marijuanomics.com, right there. And yeah, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So thank you very much. This is Chris. Have a great night and a happy new year.